and welcome to Beyond Focus TV. My name is Angie Daniel, and I am the hostess. Tonight, we have with us Coach Lynn, a host for a TV show called Dare to Dreams, A Father's Guide to Success. And welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I am so glad that you're here.
The pleasure is mine. It really is.
No, the pleasure is really mine. And the reason why I really wanted to bring you here is because I think you as a coach, as a leader within our community, needs to be heard on what it is to be a father.
Thank you.
So before any delay, I'd like to get your idea of, first let me talk about you as the person. Talk to me about who you are.
Well, as you know, I'm above all things a proud father.
Yes.
My daughter and my son are doing wonderful things, and I'm just so happy that I was blessed with those two blessings. As you know, that's what we call them, blessings, not burdens. I also am the general manager now. I hung up my coach's hat and went to the next level, and I'm the general manager for one of New York's toughest amateur pro football teams. Okay. So that's where the coach connotation comes in. I really am. But more importantly, I'm an advocate for fathers' rights and responsible fatherhood, and that's really what it's about.
What I wanted to ask you, what motivates you to do what you're doing right now? What was the motivation?
Raising my daughter by myself, to be honest with you. Going through that wonderful journey. It's still going on, but the things that I learned there and the understanding that I got not only of my daughter, but of myself, the characteristics that I had to develop as a man, faith, patience, sacrifice, were just wonderful things. And as she got older, I said, you know, I want to share this. I don't want to just take it and it benefit no one. So we decided to come up with a television show about 3 years ago, training fathers on the day-to-day operations. And that's what it's about.
Okay. What would you say are the biggest issues that you think fathers are facing today?
Themselves.
Explain, please.
We call this battle you versus you.
Okay.
Many of the fathers, sad to say, both that are in the home and out of the home, just aren't carrying the ball right. They are not being responsible in all ways. They are boxing themselves into a category. I just do one little thing. I provide. I pay child support. You name it. They come up with these things, and that's it. They don't take care of their families in a holistic way, and it's hurting us. It's hurting our families. It's for generations now, and it's hurting our community in devastating proportions, as you know that. Not well.
I like the fact that you kind of bring up what a father thinks of himself as, like the child support system, how people would see, the community. If I take you to court and you have to pay me child support, because that's what we know are owed to the kid, not to the mother.
Exactly.
And I don't want to be part of this child's life. So what I instead will do is not get involved, but I'll pay you whatever it is that I need to pay you and take you out of my life.
That's right.
And, we've had a conversation earlier. What is your idea of what a father is supposed to be?
Well, not just my idea, but thousands of fathers. We've traveled the country talking to fathers, all walks of life. The bottom line is being a responsible parent, a responsible father, means you take care of all operations. You know everything that's going on about that child, their best friends, their teachers' names, their last report card, what they ate, how many socks they have. You understand? When the last time they saw their doctor. All those aspects of a family, a responsible father, a real father does that. And I dare them even more. It doesn't matter if you're in the house or not. I don't want to hear that excuse.
Please.
Because you and the mother are not together. That has nothing to do with you caring for and loving and protecting and supporting your children. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
So,
I'm going to give him my 2 cents on that.
Please do.
I will. I'm just going to take a small break beforehand, and then we'll come right back.
No problem.
Hi, my name is Jihan Antoine, president of Bell TV, and you're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Welcome back. My name is Angie Daniel. Before we took a break, I was having this whole conversation with Coach Lynn about what an ideal father is. And you gave me your thought. And to me, the ideal father is someone who's there both emotionally and financially.
Everything.
We have fathers that thinks like, okay, I'm going to do the drop-by dad, the 5 minutes father. I'm going to take you out for a quick bite, and then I'll bring you back home, and I don't have to worry about you for the rest of the week.
Right.
Or the fathers that are just giving that check. But we have kids that are suffering from a lack of parenting. And it's not just the mother. And we also have to kind of like bring in the women too, because a lot of the women are so angry with their spouse. They don't want that father to be involved. That's a whole other show. But I just wanted to make
that's
that,
true,
that
though.
you know, I just
what
wanted to bring it in because you know,
true.
women are saying like, I don't need a man, I don't need anybody. But it's not about you anymore. It's about that kid that needs to be raised within society.
Very true.
But anyway, let's just talk about this whole thing. What I wanted to talk to you about is how in watching your show, you talk about redirecting fathers. What is that?
Well, we've been brainwashed for so long regarding what the role of a real father is. We've been put in a box, particularly with the idea that fatherhood is me just providing. I'm the provider. I pay the bills. I bring I put the food on the table, but you do nothing else.
Yeah.
You don't have any real connection with your children, and we really try to teach them through the redirection, and I'll explain to you how we do that. If you do not straighten that up, if you don't clean up your house, as you become older, God willing, you're going to need your children. And because you never made that connection, they will not be there.
Yes.
And it won't be because they don't love you, it's because you never made that connection.
And they don't have it.
They don't have it, exactly. And you're going to need it. It's just a matter of fact.
Yes.
But the way we do it is a little different. We train our fathers, and the show is a training, just highly entertaining, on the day-to-day operations. We start from scratch. You got to earn your stripes. You and I talked about that.
Yeah. Explain to the community what earning your stripes means.
Well, it's been clear that single mothers in particular, or mothers in general, whether they were single or married for years now, have been carrying all the weight in some ways.
Yes.
Not only have they worked and done what they had to do to provide, but they'll come home and do the laundry and make sure the homework is done and go to the PTA meeting and then run to the doctor. You know, all those things which make them so strong, make the children so strong. Now we're telling the fathers to emulate that. If you're looking for a way to get out, a leader, look right there to a lot of the mothers, the way that they've done. As well as we're telling the fathers, you're going to have a lot of sacrifice now. That's bottom line. If you really want to be a responsible father, the next line is be ready to sacrifice many things. You are third or fourth on the totem pole, if that, when it comes to particularly things.
Yes.
And showing love. You know, you'll get yours. Don't worry about it. Make sure you give everybody else some first.
Because I think like the whole responsibility of being a good father is the fact that you know the difference between this is my kid, that's my responsibility. Like we said before, this is our blessing.
It's your blessing.
It's our blessing. So it's our chance to make a difference within society.
That's right.
The society that we're blaming for everything else.
Right.
Like we have, this is our moment to make a difference.
Excuses.
You know, it is excuses. A lot of fathers are using these things as excuses not to be involved within their kids' lives. So we talked about the redirecting situation. Yes. And also in your program, you do coaching in terms of helping them find work. How does that work?
Yes, that's the second part. And that only comes, that piece of it, a father's guide to success. That second part where we're really helping you get your life together is only after we see that you are willing to sacrifice for your family. Once that happens and you adapt that in your life, then we start saying, all right, let's get you together. Let's make your dreams come true, particularly with finding work. As you know, sad to say, particularly in our community for years now, many years, we haven't had a lot of jobs available to us. However, it's not impossible, but you have to do it right. It's the game. Yeah. So we really show them, how do you dress for success? How do you prepare a resume? How do you interview? And we go through a lot of skits where you're going to go through some interviews. How do you go back to school? I want those GEDs. If you haven't got your college degree or your high school diploma, you have to do that now. Sacrifice. But if you do that, the sky's the limit.
The sky's the
More
limit.
Opportunities open for you.
Yeah, and you can help the future.
That's
of your,
right,
your
exactly.
Own kids. And thinking about what the future holds for our children will help us do better. What are the tools? Yeah, it really pushes us. I mean, it pushes me. I think on a daily basis, my daughter pushes me to be the best person that I can ever be.
Because you have no choice, like you and I said earlier. No choice.
You don't have a choice but to be the best.
That's it.
Once you are, you can be the best, and then you don't expect anything less from your child.
You can do anything.
How do you expect your kid to do better if you're not doing good for yourself? You know, I wanted to talk about the tools and the good that you think the society is offering us through your show. What are your future plans for Dare to Dreams?
Oh, so many things. Our next season, we are going to be going into a lot more theater and skits on the show, showing fathers how they look in a mirror, good and bad.
Okay.
We are now branching out we have a radio show on the internet radio, so we're going to be talking to millions more now through the radio. We're going to be also doing a lot more productions of other things, producing events, and we're going on tour. We got the no excuses.
You going on tour?
On tour. We're starting in Philly, Jersey, then we're going over to Chicago and Phoenix.
Okay.
No excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. Your family is everything. So that's part of what we're doing now, and so many other things. A line of clothing. We're coming out with the Dare to Dream, and That's My Father production is coming up with some nice men's wear, evening wear after 6, barbecue, you name it, as well as the children's wear, particularly young boys.
Okay.
We're going to come out with some line of clothing.
And when will that be available?
We're looking at next year. We're designing it now. We're looking at somebody who would, where to shop it, where our families can come get it at. And, get our boys dressed right like they know they should be.
They should be.
They should.
And it's important because, like, seeing, you know, your whole get up here, which I think is very nice.
Thank you.
Seeing the portrait of this will make a young person think.
That's right.
Make them think of, okay, I need to look a certain way. I need to do better.
Exactly.
And, you know, like the whole Oprah statement, as if you know better, you will do better.
That's right.
You know, it cannot change.
That's right.
It cannot change. Like, we cannot change a society. The only way we can change it is to change our state of mind.
That's it.
And through, you know, TV shows like yours, we can change our state of mind because we are learning better, so we can do better.
That's right.
On that note, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. My name is Angie Daniel from Beyond Focus TV with a special announcement for our viewers. Each year, Beyond Focus TV spotlights a father. This year, we are looking for a father who admires his children, who shines as an example of what fathering is all about, whether he's a rich man or poor, famous or not. We want him to shine. We want his children and his family to understand that he is the Father of the Year. Do you know anyone who should be spotlighted? If so, you can reach us at www.beyondfocustv.com. Don't forget, the last day to nominate someone is June 11th. I'm hoping to see you there. And the father will be presented with a plate on the show. See you then. Bye. Welcome back. My name is Angie Daniel, and you are watching Beyond Focus TV with Coach Lynn, A Dare to Dreams, A Father's Guide to Success. Before we took a break, we were talking about where the no excuses we were expecting. With the whole President Obama's speech about, you know, helping fathers, promoting fatherhood. What are your views on that?
Well, we've been working closely with the president, even before he became president, on this issue, because even more important than him being the president, he is a responsible father, and I think everybody knows that. That comes first and foremost. However, at this point, we are working closely with him to get some legislation passed through Congress so that some dollars can be specifically targeted, a nice amount of dollars, regarding responsible fatherhood movements across the country. It's been clear that we're going to need the support, particularly fatherhood programs that are dealing with reentry programs, fellas coming out of jail, long bids. It's not easy to get back into the society.
And I just wanted to kind of like touch base into that. And I think it's really important for the community to understand that the society that we live in kind of look down on people that have been to jail.
No doubt.
And you know what? They've served their times.
Yes.
I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying that you have to just accept everyone for it. Some people are very wrong, you know.
You know how it is.
Yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, you know who is not benefiting from all of this.
Right. It's a cycle then.
It's a cycle. Not only is it a cycle, but there's so much money making in the prison system that we're not going to go into the whole brotherhood.
Yeah, that's a whole different situation.
Keep talking.
But what we're trying to do is, as the president has done, and we've been on board with him for some time, making sure that there are opportunities and support groups out there for them that do a dual role, helping them get back on their feet with housing, social services, you name it, but also the fatherhood program. We're heavy on that, letting them reconnect with their families.
And that's very difficult.
It is. Well, really, we're reaching out to the jails. We don't wait till they get out. We go in there. We're doing a piece in Rikers. We're also going up in Sing Sing, because they have fatherhood groups there. And really, we like to expand it to the whole block if we could, and let them know that, wow, it's not too late.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
It's not.
There's always a time that you can start over. And then one of the things we were talking about is how, as a father, fathers need to be fathered.
They do.
You understand? Because you can learn from somebody else. It's an everyday learning system.
True.
how we talked about, like some parents think like all I have to do is just provide the meal, provide the clothes, and I don't have to do about anything else.
No.
And then now we're telling you that we emotionally, we need you to be there for your kids.
That's right.
Emotionally, you need to be involved. You need to know the everyday situation, things that are happening in your kid's life.
That's right.
And, you know, talking to you, it's amazing. People don't know their story. We probably didn't tell that much of it. You are a single father who raised a daughter on your own.
Yes.
And if you can do it, anybody else can do it. We all can do it. We could make that difference in society.
Raising a child by yourself, particularly from a male's point of view, is not difficult at all. Let's just put that to bed right now. In fact, I must say, and I've talked to many single mothers, of course, over the years, particularly with the program, they go through so much more than we go through. Just the whole bodily thing that women go through, men don't have to. So there is no excuses. We can still cook, make sure the house is clean, pick them up, take them to school, the whole, what, cook? We can do all that. There's no excuses.
Hamburger is not considered cooking.
We show them on the show. We made on my television show, we've already made baked chicken with macaroni and cheese, ham, rice, beans.
See, what's the whole pyramid? We need to have that pyramid going on.
What we found with fathers, though, we just never got the chance. We never got the chance, but a lot of guys like to cook. But the bottom line is when you take care of your kids, I don't care if you make a bologna and cheese sandwich for them. Make sure they got it. Exactly.
They will eat it and they'll survive.
So that's really what we're coming at here. Being holistic and telling the fathers it can be done.
It can be done. And I really applaud the ones that are putting themselves out there, that are trying to find work, that are trying to do better with themselves, to help their own kids and family.
Yes.
What are the top list tools that you think a young man would need to be a great dad?
First, he has to have faith. To be a young dad, old dad, anything. You have to have an enormous amount of faith and believe in yourself and believe in your children if no one else will. They're going to need that, and you're going to need it as well. They're going to need a lot of sacrifice. We mentioned that before, but just be ready for sacrifice. But anyone who has been successful in any realm will say that. I had to sacrifice. It did not come overnight, and it was not easy, but it never goes away. They have to have a lot of patience. Get ready, the young fathers. Patience. Patience. Everything is going to be all right. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yes, it wasn't.
Commitment, we're telling these young fathers, and once again, old. You got to be committed to this. You can't just fly by night. You come see your kids here and there. You get them for the weekends. They don't even see you. You drop them off.
At your mother's or
even worse, you're a father and you live in the house, and yet you don't even talk to your kids. You don't know any of their friends.
And I think that's important for us to kind of touch.
There's so
we
many.
talk about the fathers that do the drop-by, but what about the dads that are in the house and not involved?
A double whammy. They're just truly digging a hole for themselves much quicker. If your kids can see you and touch you, but feel that they can't see you and can't touch you, it's not a good thing. So we're really emphasizing that on the show. And last but not least, we tell the young fathers, get ready to have an unbelievable amount of unconditional love.
Unconditional.
I don't care what your kids go through. I don't care what they bring to you. You are not going to cut them off. You are not going to turn your back on them. And if nobody else supports them, you better be there the first one and the last one to leave. Because if you do that for your children, then it'll come back around for you.
Yeah.
You see?
It's a cycle.
Right.
It is a cycle. Like I'll watch my daughter when she's with her dad, and it's a whole different kid altogether, because she's so in love with that. The idea of having your father around you.
That's your back.
And that's your back, really, because we know how it feels.
Yes.
You know, and I would support any system, anything that will help us do better within our society, to help fathers, promote themselves to do better.
Well, what we're doing, and we appreciate that, Ange, and your venue is wonderful. We love your show. But at this point, we're telling the fathers, stop crying about it. We're going to pull ourselves up from our own bootstraps first. Before we start asking all these other people to come help us, first we're going to help ourselves. Yes. And it's so simple. We're not asking you to pay child support. All that stuff comes with that.
Yes.
But that doesn't have anything to do with you just telling your kids, I love them on a daily.
Yes.
You tell a girl in a minute, oh, I love you, but you never say it to your family.
They'll make that phone call 100 times, but not call their own kids.
You never go to pick them up at school, which is the stomping grounds for the streets.
Yes.
The streets hangs out at the school.
Yes.
So the fathers were telling them, you need to be at the school, particularly if you're not working. You need to drop them off and pick them up.
Yes.
And let everybody see, my father is here, so if some stuff goes down, he'll be here in a minute. And then they're less likely to get in gangs.
Like you said,
get
that's
pregnant.
My backup system.
Exactly, exactly. He carries big weight. just his presence. So that's what we tell the fathers, no excuses on that. Okay. None. So it works every time.
It works. I kind of like it. So what are the future plans for Dare to Dreams with the whole motivational part?
In the fall, we've been very blessed. We will be all over the country. We're looking for our network now. I'm going to decide here in the next couple of weeks which network I go with, but we will be all over the country. South Central, Compton, Detroit, Dallas, places where no one else will go, and supposedly it's a wasteland. The fathers there don't want nothing, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly where Dare to Dream is going. We've already been there. And I can guarantee you this, when we rise up a year from now, we're going to have a team of fathers that will never be beaten. And it'll start spreading, because fathers tend to go by what they see.
Yes.
If we see others doing it, we want to be like that.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to do. Show them.
Okay.
Leadership by example.
Okay. Where can they watch your show?
They can see us on Cablevision. For those who have Cablevision, we're on Cablevision Tuesday nights on Channel 67.
What time?
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Verizon Fios, Channel 33. They could also see us on the website at bronxnet.org. They can go there and see all the last year's episodes, the practices. Okay. So they can, no excuses once again. I don't want to hear it.
If they want to get in touch
make it happen. Go to NYC Dare to Dream at AOL.com. And once they go to the show on the website, it shows them all the good stuff.
Okay. This is the end of our show with Coach Lynn, Dare to Dream's host, A Father's Guide to Success. We were just talking about the basic things that a father needs to be successful within society and how to help their kids provide and help them grow. And I want to say thank you to you for your motivational speech, for your ideas, your thoughts, and your help within society.
My pleasure.
I'm looking forward to seeing your show.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I hope my guest gets to watch it.
I had took a picture of a king outfit, and I put my face into this outfit right here. And I put it on for a show. And soon as I put it in the show, I was the first one. They had bought it before I even, get to let everybody else see it, because a lot of people like that.
Okay.
And that was my first picture. And I always carry this with me because it's in the king outfit. And I always like to present myself as a king, somebody that have royalty, look up to my own self. And it gives me more inspiration, and give others that's doing any type of art or any vision of a person. You should always look at yourself as being a king, or somebody that's really above that everybody else might be putting you. So you look at yourself as somebody. You're somebody special.
It's
picture right here.
Driving Miss Daisy situation.
Right. This is, you see the surprise. She thinks she's getting a lollipop, but actually he got roses for her. This is sort of like a Valentine's sweetheart. And most of the time, every time I do pictures like this, people gets it real quick. They
That's
like,
nice. I like
that
it.
type.
Queens.
Right. Black sisters that I looked at as being queens. I don't know how far y'all can get this. There you go. See, these are the queens. And when I look at, my sister, I look at all of them being queens, just like I look at myself as being a king. And I don't look nothing further than that, because that's who you are.
Yep.
You royalty. So, a lot of people buying this. They buy it a lot because they like the idea of it as being info. That's www.artistictalent with the S, inc.info. And my email address is misaac718@yahoo.com. Now, if anyone wants to purchase a picture, or they wants to learn how to draw, because sometimes I'll be down there downtown on Fulton Street, and sometime at the park. But you can get in contact me at 646-784-3902. And always remember that you're the one who has the talent built into you from the grace of God. You have that. Everybody got talent, but all I'm going to do is just draw it out of you. I just want to take a picture of Angie, and what I'm going to do is do a portrait of her in the next show, and then y'all can see exactly what she looks like now, which is going to look exactly like the portrait. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to show you a few art pictures of mine that I already have done, and then I believe that would be the
end of our segment.
Yeah, our segment.
Yeah, but I want people to see my portrait. So
exactly.
When do we get to show that?
Well, as soon as I take a picture and do it.
Okay, so.
So right now.
I'm ready.
Well, okay, so we can take the picture right now. Gonna make sure that this picture is right.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go with her. There we go.
I like that shot.
Okay, well,
this is the end of our show, and I thank you for watching. I will see you next time.